Look right up there. Hey everyone, John and Kristen here with the Lost World Museum. Man, we are live on YouTube and we've got a special program for you this evening. And Kristen, tell them a little bit about what your Alaskan adventure and the relationship you made and what resulted from it.
Okay, so one of my friends wanted to suddenly go to Alaska, and so I ended up on some harebrained adventure to Alaska, and I met a pilot there. I was able to do some research on the earthquake. It was one of the biggest, I think, in history, but it was definitely the biggest in the U.S. And so he lived through it when he was young. And so I got to interview him, and he flew me to different parts of Alaska. Well, it came out in the course of our conversation that he had a son, or has currently a son, that mines on the northern slope of Alaska. And so he goes deep in the ground, and sometimes things come up. And he mentioned that he found a piece of wood, and they sent this wood to a university to have it tested, and it came back as palm tree. And this was way deep under the ground. And so I said to him, do you find any other things like that? Can I get a piece? And he said, yes, we just found a piece in August. And so he had his dad send it to me. So that's what we've got to open tonight.
And we will do that in just a second. But I do want to just show you just a few things, just to kind of as a preliminary coming to opening the package, which I will show you right now. Is this right here contains the Alaskan artifact that was found buried deeply in the ground. We can't wait to show it to you. But first, before we do that, we just want to show you, Kristen, I know you love this one a lot.
Okay. So normally, obviously, when things fall to the ground, they die. They disintegrate. They get eaten. If it's a live animal, I mean, when they die, they get eaten up by other animals. Things they have a natural process they go through. Under certain conditions, obviously, you get fossilization or you get petrification. But either way, things are being buried by, mud and water. Well, that doesn't always happen in Alaska because or Russia, the areas of the world where the ground is frozen, they call it permafrost. When it's frozen, it's kind of like freezing it in place in the sense that it's not going through the normal process of fossilization or petrification that it would normally do. So that's what happened to this piece of wood that they sent me.
So I did a little book report, and I wanted to find out more about permafrost before we came on. And here's what I found out. What is permafrost? It's the soil is permanently frozen, okay? It could be on the surface. It could be a couple of inches below the surface, and it could be anywhere between a meter or 3 feet all the way to 3,000 feet deep in Alaska. And it's got to be at least 32 degrees, obviously, to freeze. The largest is in, idea what kind of size that is. The oldest, just an evolutionary numbers that they assign for is 650,000 years. And they state that that's in Siberia, approximately 300 feet underground, or excuse me, 150 feet underground. They believe it to be 650,000 years. 85% of Alaska is permafrost. Isn't that interesting? And some of it can go as deep as 2,000 feet. Some of the things that they have found in permafrost include a lion, a woolly rhino, mammoth, ancient bison, and a foal, a small baby horse. Those are some of the things that they have found. And in Alaska, it says much of the permafrost in Alaska is now again, this is how they state it, tens of thousands of years old. In the Arctic, and that's where we're headed, the Arctic and interior Alaska, river erosion and gold mining have revealed remains of now extinct animals from the last great ice age 100,000 years ago to 10,000 years ago. Okay, according to evolution, there's no fossil that's less than 10,000 years, at least in the United States. Here is an artifact that was found in permafrost in Siberia, Russia, and that is a woolly mammoth tooth. And right there would be the root of it coming out. This would be sitting in the socket, and that right there, my friends, would be its top part of the tooth. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and start unveiling. What do you think? You want to do it? Okay.
Walter, palms in Alaska. Yeah. So some things got really topsy-turvy, during the fossilization process and the flood. They have found palm trees in the oddest places, really deep in places they shouldn't find them. But the pre-flood world, the continents were in different places. And so when things got rearranged, it seems crazy to find something like that nowadays, but that's what it was before.
Peekaboo.
Okay.
I have to hold it up here.
All right. So now there is still water in this. They weren't sure how to send it and whether to try to dry it out or leave the water in it. And so we said, just leave it the way it was. Can you see the liquid? You can. So anyway, let's get it where we can pull it out and open it up.
And this is, by the way, there's something on the front here.
That's the guy that found it. That's
okay. And where was this found?
Okay, if you look up Milne, Milne, I'm not sure I pronounce it, Alaska. It's 30 miles west of.
It's right at the top.
What did they?
I mean,
it's
say? Right at the top
30,
of
30 miles
Alaska.
west of Prudhoe.
That doesn't say anything. Who knows Alaska, right?
Literally on the northern coast.
Right on the top. So you're in the Arctic Ocean right after you step off of that land where they were drilling. So
okay, so it's in several pieces. I don't want to get your computer dirty, but this is let's see if we can get this.
Now this is wood that is not fossilized, that was found how far underground?
He said 1208, I think.
1,208 feet underground. Now this is being drilled. They're looking for gas. Okay, they're looking for gas in Alaska, gas and oil, and this is what they found.
And in that area, he said the permafrost ranges from 1,600 to 2,200 down. So because the permafrost goes that deep, anything in that area is not going through the fossilization process. It's getting like freeze framed. So
get a nice close up. There you go.
So it's still
1,200 feet underground in Alaska, in the permafrost, at the very north end of Alaska, right on the coast of the Arctic Ocean. That's where that was found. Fresh wood, not fossilized. We're not making any claims of anything other than just showing you some really cool stuff.
It's just fascinating the different things the processes that have happened in this world, and that, like I said, some of them got freeze framed. So
we'll be doing more videos and giving you some nice 4K 60 frames per second footage of this stuff once we get everything organized. We just pulled this out tonight. And if you like this type of gathering and this type of opening a box reveal of some artifact, by all means, go ahead and subscribe.
And since we've got several pieces, we could send off a piece and see if we could get it identified by,
Absolutely. If you don't trust YouTube to alert you, and you want to know when we are going live, when we're going to be having more artifacts such as this, I'm just going to do a real quick commercial break. I'm going to throw this up on the screen, and this is the number that you can text us on, and then we will, from that point forward, text you back. Only good in the United States and Canada, and its service is free. I pay for this just so, because you guys asked for it. So that's the number, and feel free to text me, and then I will text you a link next time we go live. Well, there you have it. Well, thank you for joining us tonight for this outrageous Alaskan reveal. Again, just to recap, this piece of wood is fresh. It was found 1,200 feet underground. According to scientists utilizing the geology and the times assigned for it, it's at least 10,000 or more years old. And this was found on the northern end of Alaska, right on the precipice of the Arctic Ocean.
I'm not sure that it necessarily proves anything, Dave, no. But the question is, what kind of cataclysmic processes would cause, this stuff to get freeze framed, basically, down that deep underground? I mean, you're talking catastrophic.
Or be fair about evolution, what naturalistic, uniformitarian, and or cataclysmic, events took place that did that as well. So,
And we don't know what kind of wood this is. Shane has found other pieces of wood, and the first time they found it, they sent that wood off to a university, and they found out it was, where they were told it was palm tree. Now, this piece was found early August, and they did not send this off, so we don't know whether this is also palm tree or something else.
yep.
But since we have extra pieces, I would like
We'll
to get it
be
tested.
reporting you and letting you know more about this as it happens. I want to thank everybody tonight for coming on board, and we'll be having more of these exposés here on YouTube. Feel free to join us.
And if you find anything interesting, let us know.
Yeah. Have a good night.